we're going to 100% ignore the fact that I am wearing pajamas right now because, you know what? I kind of want to try it. Okay, so there's like a lid. There's like a lid. Okay, so today's video is one that it's a vlog. It'll be vloggy style still, but there is a very intent and purpose to this video, and I am very excited about it. So let's just chat for a second about the idea of these meal prep, meal food services, these food service things. And there's just so many. There is HelloFresh, there's Blue Apron, there's Home Chef, and I'm sure there are 100 others, Sunbasket. I'm sure there are so many others that I've never even heard of, and then I just can't think off the top of my head right now. There are so many of these services nowadays. It has become so popular, and let's be real, the main one that most of us see, or at least I've seen abundantly the most of, heard the most people talk about, is HelloFresh, and it is the number one that I have seen advertised and marketed to me by influencers, YouTubers, people I follow, and stuff like that. And so I decided, you know what? I kind of want to try it. I want to try it out. And not only do I want to try it, but I want to make a YouTube video. I want to vlog my experience, and I want to give my honest opinion. So that is what we're here to do today. And I figured I would start out by talking a little bit about the actual process itself, because I ordered my basket. Today's Tuesday. Today's the day that it is supposed to arrive. I got an email this morning saying that it had been shipped. So I will hopefully, presumably, be cooking with dinner with that tonight. But before that, I thought I would kind of give my pre-opinion, talk about some things ahead of time. So this is in front of me because I took some notes on the things that I wanted to talk about. Okay, so first things first is the price. So I personally chose to do meals for 2 people, so you can choose between meals that serve 2 people and 4 people, and then you can choose how many meals you want to come in your box. You can have 2 meals, 3 meals, 4 meals. I don't know what the most number of meals is, but I personally chose 3. And so I did that with the mindset as a single person who cooks for myself. I have a roommate, but for the most part, we still cook for ourselves. So I plan to cook myself, and sometimes we cook together, don't get me wrong, but for the most part. So I plan to cook for myself dinner and then be able to take the leftovers to work the next day is what my mindset is on that. And so this should hopefully cover 6 meals for myself and myself alone. So with that being said, for the first box, I just went onto the website. I did not look for discount codes. I did not have one going into it. This was just the discount they gave me for signing up right off the bat, going onto their website. I spent $26.52, I believe. And so if you divide that to 8, I want to say I remember it coming to $4.41 per meal, which that's not bad. That is not bad for a meal that is they're taking a lot of the prep work out of it for you, because you could probably do the same kind of meals for closer to $3 on your own. However, they're doing a couple things for you. They're 1, picking the produce and stuff like that for you. They're 2, portioning out the sizes and the amounts that you're going to need. And 3, they're preventing you from having extra food waste. So for example, if one of the recipes is for tortillas for fajitas or tacos, you don't necessarily need, I personally would not need a 12-pack of tortillas. But if I do HelloFresh and I'm only getting 4 for the 2 meals that I'm going to make out of it, then that makes sense. Or that helps me, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So I would say there are definitely pros and cons to using services like this. So a con would be that there is a bit more waste because there's a lot of tiny little packaging of things. But a pro to that is there's not as much food waste. Like for example, I'll get cilantro a lot from the grocery store, but I don't need a big bunch of cilantro to myself over the course of a week before it goes bad. I need, a chunk of that. And so I do end up having food waste sometimes when it comes to fresh herbs like that. So that is one thing I am excited about. I should preface this by saying I have cooked a HelloFresh meal once. My friend got it and I made it for the 2 of us. My roommate got it and I made it for the 2 of us. But with that being said, this is the first time I'm actually purchasing it. So when I went on, I chose that I wanted meals that serve 2 people, so 2 servings, 1 for dinner, 1 for work the next day. And then I wanted 3 meals, so 6 total, 2 servings per each. 3 times 2, makes sense. So with that being said, the cost with the discount they gave me, I would say is fair. I would say that's a good price. If that were the price all the time, I would say that's pretty fair. I would pay that. However, that was most definitely not the price. That was a discounted price. So I don't remember exactly off the top of my head what it would have been without the discount, but I will put it in here, and this is what I would have paid without the discount. So that means that each meal actually comes out to this without the discount. And I personally find that to be on the unreasonable side. So like I said, there are a lot of benefits to this. So much of what you're paying for is the convenience, but at the same time, it's how much is that convenience really worth to you at the end of the day. So that's, I guess, what it really comes down to, because if you were to buy your groceries yourself and make home-cooked meals where you buy everything on your own, you could typically probably keep a serving between $2.50 and $5 if you're smart about it. So just depends on how you want to look at it. So with that being said, I would personally say that if you have a discount, the price is fair. Without a discount, it's a little pricey, so it's very dependent on where you value the convenience. The final thing I want to give my opinion on before the box actually gets here are the choices, the variety. So after you sign up, so what you do is you sign up, you pick the number of servings you want, you pick the number of days that you want meals to be on, and then you pay for it, and then you choose your actual meals. So I do find it interesting that you're not able to look at what the meals are before you say, yes, I want this. I couldn't help but wonder what happens if I get to the next page and none of these recipes appeal to me. Thankfully, a good amount of them did. I added, anything that sounded interesting to me, I added to my cart, and then when I went to it at the end, I just deleted the one item. I had one item over what I was supposed to put in my box that week, and so I just took one of them out. What I also thought was very interesting is they have a couple different options. So they had single serving meals that you just pop in the microwave or oven, and then they also have the kits themselves that take anywhere from 25 to 45 minutes. So I did like that variety. They also had breakfast items, they had some snack things, and then when that was all said and done, you could still add stuff. So you didn't have to stick to whatever you said in the beginning. If you wanted to add more stuff to your box, you could. So I thought that was cool. So my whole reason and point, I feel like my main thing for doing this is that I have seen this advertised to me so many times, but it's always coming from people who are being paid to talk about it. And so I wanted to make this video just a complete, honest, upfront, not being paid, not sponsored. HelloFresh has no idea I'm making this video. I just went, purchased it myself, and wanted to give my honest opinion on the service. So that's what I'm here to do today. I hope you're excited, because I am, and let's jump into it. Okay, so box is here. We're going to 100% ignore the fact that I am wearing pajamas right now because, why not? Just hanging around at home. But anyways, I thought the next rightful step would be to do an unboxing of sorts and go through the contents, get sort of a first impressions of when you very first open the box and how they package it and stuff like that. There is a little bit of a wet spot on one of the corners that I'm going to hope is because it rained today and not because there's something inside that was leaking. But I guess we're gonna find out. So let's bust this bad boy open. Maybe. Okay, so first things first, when you open it are the recipe cards. Now I do find that interesting that in case it had continued pouring today, if I hadn't been home and it had continued raining, because it's been raining all day on and off, these would have most definitely gotten destroyed, but either way. Okay, so the things that I picked out, I've got barbecue chicken quesadillas, creamy lemon dill salmon. This says hello perks, say hello to special offers. I'll look at that in a second. Where are you on your fresh rewards journey? I guess there's some rewards. And then I've also got balsamic fig chicken. So those are my 3 different recipes. Hello gift. Alright, so there's just like some little gifty things. Let's see if there's actually anything interesting in this little perks packet. So basically they're all coupons to other companies. I'm not surprised, that's what I was expecting. Alright. Okay, so there's like a lid. There's like a lid. Alright, we've got an ice pack in here that I just splashed myself with, but it is still frozen. Well, semi-frozen. There's like frozen chunks. Alright, so, what is this? Don't forget about ingredients which may be hiding under the ice. Well, there was nothing above the ice, so that's cool. Alright, first thing we've got in here, oh, how fun. A ginger beer, Australian family owned. Non-alcoholic beverage, invert can before opening. That's interesting. Cool, so I guess you get oh, that, where'd it go? So this little thing said hello, free gift. Oh, there we go. Tell us how you liked your sample, and then this is the brand on the back for that. Ginger beer is not necessarily something I would personally enjoy. I'm not a massive fan of ginger, but, you know, whatever. Okay, so then everything comes as I've always seen it in YouTube videos in like these packs. So the balsamic baked chicken, the creamy lemon dill salmon, and the barbecue chicken quesadillas. And then there's another one of these. See what's hidden underneath. And we've got down here another massive fucking ice pack. Oh, and here's all of our meat and stuff. The question is it supposed to be frozen? Should I put it in the freezer until I'm ready to use it? It doesn't say. Hiding under the ice. Okay, is it supposed to go in my freezer or my refrigerator? Does it say somewhere? I'm not really sure. Well, no, the salmon doesn't feel frozen at all. Either way, I'm going to do one tonight and one tomorrow, so I can leave at least 2 out, and maybe I'll put the third in the freezer, or then I'll go in the fridge. I think I'm gonna put them all in the fridge for now. For now, at least. They'll be okay for at least a couple days. I'm a little perplexed. Okay, so of the 3, one of them takes 35 minutes, one takes 15, and one takes 30. I think I might do the creamy lemon dill salmon tonight, because it's like midway on the time. It's the 30-minute one. So I think that's what we're going to do. But we'll see. I might change my mind. Who knows? But okay. Ooh. No, that should be fine. Cold salmon at work tomorrow for lunch, because I'm not going to reheat it, obviously. But either way. All right, so the next time you see me, I'm going to start cooking, and I'm just going to do some music through that. For the first one, I want to kind of concentrate and, you know, pay attention to what I'm doing before I try to comment through it or commentate through it. So yeah, for the first one, I'm just going to film myself or film like what my hands are doing and all that kind of stuff. And then when I do the second and or third, I will give my opinion. I also realize now that I guess I didn't order one of the easy ones, the like super quick ones. I ordered all cooking ones. I don't know why I thought I did. Maybe that's what I removed from my basket at the end. But yeah, either way, I'm excited. I kind of wish it was dinner time, but it's only 4:30, so I'm just gonna go have like a snack, and I will start cooking that a little later. I'll see you then. Okay, so I changed my mind and I decided to do the barbecue chicken quesadillas because 1, they just sound really good, and 2, because they only take 15 minutes and I'm a little short in time right now. So let's do it. quick. I didn't even realize before somehow. I don't know how I didn't realize this, but this chicken is already fully cooked, so that's cool. Okay, so my camera cut out, but this is the sour cream, the zest, and oh, I didn't add the salt yet. So let's add some salt. And then this is that mixture after I microwaved it. So, all right. Okay, so it's technically fast forwarded a little bit. It is now the next week. So you saw me attempt to film one of the recipes from last week. I ended up not having the opportunity to film the other two, but I did make them and they were both delicious. The only slight beef that I have is that the barbecue chicken quesadillas said they only took like 15 minutes and ended up taking probably closer to like 45. They took me much longer than I intended. But I thought what would be a good idea would be to include a second week into this so I can continue to mention the price and then show a few more different recipes and then actually film a couple more. So you saw one from last week. My goal is to film at least 2 from this week's box. I did 3 meals again, but I also did one of their breakfast items. So I'll give a little review of that. I don't think you have to cook it or anything. I think you just have to like, reheat it. I have the box right here. I'll get into that in a second. But with that being said, price-wise this week for the 4 meals that I got, well, if I had just gotten the 3, it would have been $40 and some odd change. And with the additional breakfast thing, it ended up being $43. So yeah, so it did go up in price. It now is around $5 per meal as opposed to about $4.40. But when you factor in that you are also paying for the convenience, you're paying to not have to buy full items and packages of things, it does still sort of even out, but again, that is still with a discount. Without discount, I want to say these come to between $8 and $9 a meal, and I personally don't find that to be worth it for me. However, I every time mention HelloFresh to anybody, their response is something along the lines of, oh, there's like, it's kind of like Kohl's in a sense, the store Kohl's, that if you don't get some sort of discount on what you're buying, you're doing it wrong. So I feel like HelloFresh might kind of be that. Like if you don't have a discount code, then you're doing HelloFresh wrong. But I mean, I'm sure that's not their personal intent, but that's just kind of how it seems to be. I've had a multitude of people be like, oh, just make a new email and you'll get all those discounts again. And as like morally wrong as that is, let's be real, plenty of people do that, are doing that. So, all right, first thing I note is that one of my recipes was stuck in the tape here. So it's a little ripped in the corner, which is fine. I mean, obviously this tiny corner is not an important part of it. However, had it been more of the recipe, that could have not been super great. All right, so let's see what I got this week. I mean, obviously I picked out what I got, but today's Tuesday. I picked out my stuff on Thursday, so it was a few days ago. All right, so this is actually, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the thing I'm most excited for, and it is zucchini and tomato flatbreads with lemon ricotta, fresh herbs, honey, and chili flakes. This just sounded so good. Creamy dill chicken with roasted potatoes and asparagus. Oh, this one I'm excited for as well. Garden spinach ricotta ravioli with zucchini ribbons, tomato, and creamy lemon sauce. And then this last little card thing, it says, check out this week's chef curated meal editions, which I got that's one of the things I got. So I got the spinach and feta egg bite. So yeah, it just gives you options to either microwave or toaster oven them. So that's cool. They've got more of those perk things from last time. What is all this? There's like a bunch. Oh, give your friend a free box. So like it's this kind of thing. So like this says give your friend a free box. Go to HelloFresh.com/freebox, choose your meal plan, enter your unique code at checkout. I could literally just put in a different email every time and use one of these. Am I gonna do that? No. Is that morally wrong? Yes. But are there people who are going to do that because they get things like this? Yes. All right, so now I do find it interesting that last week the insulation was cardboard, and this week it's like fluffy foam. Interesting. Okay. So we've got our zucchini and tomato flatbreads. I'm mostly interested to see how the breakfast bites come, because we kind of already know these are going to come in paper bags like this. Are they larger paper bags if you get the 4-person meal? Like, I have to imagine the people that I've seen hold up like big bags are probably the 4-serving one, if I had to guess. Oh, hell yeah. I forgot that like one of the whole parts of it is that the like ready-made stuff is still 2 servings. So this is going to be breakfast for me for 2 different days, and I will most definitely review how these go. Maybe one day I'll put them in the microwave, and then one day I'll do the toaster oven and do a little comparison if I remember. Ooh, okay. And then the ravioli came separately, and I've got the chicken, and that is it. So their ice packs say reuse, but they also say this product can be disposed of in the trash. And my only other question is if they have a return program. So I also have gotten Imperfect Foods. Imperfect Foods does produce and snacks and food and stuff that would otherwise go to waste. So like produce that grocery stores won't accept, things like that. I get that box every week. So I did get one of those on top of this that's just full of produce. Well, last week I did one that was just full of like extra produce, so like fruits and vegetables that I would have as like snacks and stuff. And then I messed up and I accidentally forgot to like cancel I meant to cancel my Imperfect box this week and I forgot. So I just got a random box full of shit. But either way, everything that they have in their box is a program. So like you can recycle the box itself. The reflective insulator that they use, you can return them, and the ice packs that they use, you can return them. So my box was just dropped off like 20 minutes ago. Right before it was dropped off, I got a text telling me it was on my way, so I put out a box with 5 ice packs in it, and when the guy came and picked up or dropped off my box, he also picked up the ice packs. Now I felt like an asshole because literally 2 minutes before he dropped off my box, it started pouring rain. And so when he picked up the box full of ice packs, he accidentally dropped it and like it broke and fell, like the box itself ripped, and I felt awful, and I literally ripped open my door and I was like, I'm so sorry. And I don't know if he heard me because he was raining. It was raining. He was raining. It was raining. So clearly he was like bolting it back to his truck. But either way, yeah, I'm excited to try these out. I think tonight, let's see how, okay. Also, I think this is something I sort of missed when I was looking at the box that I got last week, is that at the bottom it says prep a certain amount of time and then actually cooking is a certain amount of time. So prep is 10 minutes, cook is 15 minutes, la-ti-da. So like tonight, I'll honestly probably do the flatbread just because it sounds so good. And so it says prep 10 minutes, cook 25. I now need to go find out if this quesadilla, if I fucked it up. Okay, so no, so this says 5 minutes of prep time, 15 of cook time. I wanna say prep time took me at least 10 to 15 minutes, so this was more, so like the prep time should have at the very least been increased because the prep time took me longer than 5 minutes, that's for damn sure. Like just cutting up 2 pieces of chicken took me almost 2 to 3 minutes, and there were still a multitude of other things that needed to be done. So there's that. But okay, so that being said, the next time you're going to see me, I shall be cooking. Okay, so I thought I would get like at least one reaction on camera. So I'm gonna start with the chicken and the sauce. The sauce smells, I mean, it smells like butter, so it smells good. Okay, so some thoughts on the different meals. This one, I find to be interesting because it's like the most bland. There were no seasonings to put on the asparagus or the potatoes. It just said salt and pepper, which I don't know, I feel like that's kind of boring. Like I would at the very least normally do like garlic or like Cajun seasoning or something like that. So I'm probably going to add garlic to both the potatoes and the asparagus. The sauce that I made for the chicken, however, is absolutely delicious. So when it comes to HelloFresh in general, I like that I have used a lot of different things I wouldn't normally use. I like that everything is like prepped and put together. The convenience of it is really nice, which is fairly the point of it. Some of the things I don't like, the packets for the sour cream annoyed the crap out of me. There were these little triangular things that were difficult to open. Everything I made was delicious. All of the recipes were delicious. I didn't end up showing those egg and spinach cup bites because I just ended up doing them at very random times and kind of forgot to record it. But those were absolutely delicious, super easy. I just popped them in my toaster oven for like, I don't know, it was like 15 minutes or something like that. I don't remember. So I feel like there are a lot of pros. But if I'm honest, I think the biggest con for me is the price. So when you have the discount, like I mentioned earlier, yeah, it's definitely more on the worth it side, in between $4 to $5 per meal. You're paying for the convenience. It's not terrible. However, like regular price, I want to say these come to like $8 to $9 per meal, which is on the pricier side if you are somebody who is trying to budget a bit. So I feel like this is the kind of thing I would really only get if I had a discount and at a time when I really needed it. Like I was just like, I had a crazy week coming up. I was really hectic because I found that I ended up just wanting to like make stuff from my fridge and do other cooking things, and ended up putting these off, and this recipe sat in my fridge for probably a week. I ended up having to put the chicken in the freezer because I wasn't making it soon enough. So yeah, with that being said, I feel like there are a lot of pros and cons. I really enjoyed it. I think it would be really fun to try out other meal kits like this to compare and see what they're like. But as for the recipes, I think that was probably my favorite part. Having me branch out and try new things, try new recipes, work with ingredients I wouldn't normally work with. So yeah, I think it was a good experience. It's not something I personally could afford to do on a regular basis. So I guess that's my overall thought. And with that being said, if you enjoyed this, please let me know. Let me know your thoughts. If you've tried it, I would love to know what you think. If you've tried other services and think that I should try any in particular, please let me know. So yeah, I would love to know your thoughts, what you thought of this video in particular. If you think I should do more of them like this, because I quite enjoyed doing this. I thought it was really fun. But yeah, either way, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.